8 mind-blowing conspiracy theories that will keep you up at night. Most of us have a guilty passion for conspiracy theories since they're entertaining to analyze. Hey there, and welcome to Just Scary, where we examine enigmas and rumors. If you appreciate these videos, follow us till the end. The craziest and most well-known conspiracy theories that turned out to be true will be covered on this list. Number 1. The Roswell cover-up comes top on our list. In Roswell, New Mexico, something fell to Earth during the summer of 1947. For over 50 years, alien spaceship conspiracy theories have dominated popular culture. Everyone agrees that Roswell was the site of the country's first UFO sighting, which bears mentioning. Conspiracy theorists correctly asserted that the item was not a weather balloon and there was a cover-up. The object was most likely a high-altitude balloon sent into space as part of Operation Mogul. The purpose of these balloons was to listen for sound waves coming from Soviet atomic bomb tests. The U.S. military could not be completely honest about this in the press during the Cold War. Do you believe that as the cover story now? This better not be yet another Russian spy operation, we tell you. Do you know that a sophisticated technique known as ammonia chemistry enables nicotine to be absorbed in the lungs more quickly, impacting the brain and central nervous system? Nicotine use is undoubtedly a component of the upcoming big conspiracy, and it'll make you feel extremely uneasy. Number 2, Big Tobacco's big lie. Lung cancer and numerous other harmful health effects are brought on by smoking. Scientists in the 1950s conclusively demonstrated this. Nonetheless, despite the emergence of new sources that sparked debate and controversy, public perception fluctuated for decades. Some believed the tobacco industry was stifling and falsifying the truth through a coordinated campaign. Still, it soon emerged that the world's largest corporation started Operation Berkshire to create false controversy and debate. Big Tobacco chose against making cigarettes less dangerous since nicotine addiction made them a lot of money, even though they knew that smoking caused cancer and nicotine was addictive. This only proves that fire can often be found where there's smoke. Number 3. On January 7th of 1943, a brilliant scientist mysteriously died in a hotel room. For those of you who don't know about this, we'll be talking about the conspiracy theory surrounding Nikola Tesla's life. It is now common knowledge that Nikola Tesla was a brilliant man, and most of his discoveries and inventions had been trademarked by Thomas Edison. But in the last few years of his life, those who knew Tesla said that he had become awfully paranoid. His paranoia had grown to such an extent that he started living in hotel rooms and would change them every 2 months or so. There were many theories out there suggesting that the people in power were not happy with Tesla's inventions and especially his work around wireless electricity. Who knows, maybe that's why he was silenced. Only the dead have witnessed the end of the war, goes a famous saying. The false justification of war is the foundation of our next concept and conspiracy. Number 4. In August 1964, the USS Maddox fired a warning shot as 3 North Vietnamese torpedo boats approached the Gulf of Tonkin. After the torpedo boat opened fire, the Maddox sank all 3. 2 days later, the report of a second attack prompted President Lyndon Johnson to authorize further military action in Vietnam. For years, people questioned this justification. At one point, the ship's commander said we were unaware of the attack. At another point, they said, yes, we are positive. And then finally, late in the day, the Admiral Sharp said, yes, we are certain that it happened. It was revealed that the second attack was imaginary, based on a wrongly interpreted communications intercept. It was not the last dubious rationale for war. In 1990, George Bush leveraged false testimony to initiate the Gulf War. Over a decade later, his son falsely claimed Iraq possessed WMDs. After the false justification of war, let us look at the conspiracy of nefarious agents who infiltrated the government. Before we get started, do you know who the nefarious are? Nefariousness refers to wickedness or wrongdoing. For instance, Batman and Superman constantly battle villains and foil their nefarious schemes. Every criticism of the Church of Scientology makes them infamously sensitive. Although speculations regarding their influence over the government are equally prevalent, the truth is that Scientologists did enter the government. Their impact on celebrities is well documented. Number 5. At least 5,000 members engaged in espionage against public and commercial institutions in the 1970s, and this was not a minor activity. Mary Sue Hubbard, the founder's wife, admitted guilt and was sentenced to prison. One of the largest-scale government infiltrations in U.S. history occurred during this time. All of this was done to eradicate proof that negatively portrayed Scientology. Arguably, the outcome was quite the contrary. We sincerely hope you are enjoying the video. For more information, click the Just Scary subscribe button. Otherwise, we must invent a plot. Let's go on to our following conspiracy, number 6. The FBI observed politicians. Political protesters and other activists frequently believe they are being watched, which is understandable given that it has happened before and could happen again. The FBI engaged in illegal surveillance, infiltration, and disruption of protest movements and other groups deemed subversive from the late 1950s to the early 1970s. They included feminist groups, civil rights movements, and independence movements. They even had John Lennon, the former Beatles frontman, under surveillance. Number 7. The first female president of the United States is one of several presidents who have been the subject of debate. Even though a woman has yet to be chosen by the Electoral College to serve as President of the United States, some people theorize that she already holds the position. President Woodrow Wilson had a crippling stroke in 1919, which rendered him bedridden, partially paralyzed, and with considerable cognitive impairment. Wilson's wife, Edith, helped him run the country for over a year, so she essentially did all of his work. However, the extent of her involvement was maintained a closely kept secret, and Wilson herself denied making executive decisions until her death. This demonstrates that given a chance, a woman can accomplish anything. This conspiracy is not only unsettling and debatable, but it is also a respect to Edith, who managed to take care of her husband, follow her career, and helped on leading a nation for more than a year. In light of this, we have arrived at our ultimate, most unique, and most debated theory after analyzing all conspiracy theories. What do you think when you learn that someone is watching you? Not many things may make someone feel more afraid and uneasy than the thought that someone is watching them. They can breach your privacy and disrupt your peace of mind, whether they are a stalker following you in person or a tech-savvy person observing your activity by breaking into your digital devices. The next theory will make your mind race because it involves spying, so be prepared. Number 8. The government is watching you. The government is watching our every move, and it's not necessarily bad has been a popular refrain among cranks and conspiracy theorists for decades. The proliferation of smartphones and the internet has given the government access to data on its citizenry like never before. After 9/11, the Bush administration launched extensive domestic and international mass surveillance programs. Since then, the National Security Agency has collected and stored everything from emails and metadata to text messages and web histories. With his leaks, Edward Snowden made much of this information public, including how other nations were also involved. Few people today think that governments have simply given up. So, this was all about the unsettling and debatable notions that persisted worldwide. If you formerly held an untrue belief, please let us know in the comments box below. Before bidding you all goodbye, we all want to relay one of history's most frightening truths. No one survives life unscathed. But you can make your life magnificent. You know how? Simply click the Just Scary subscribe button and keep liking and sharing this video to alert everyone nearby.